right, well, Kelly Gillespie's back with us. We always love that.
Yeah,
on Twilight.
We'll get you excited.
Okay, now.
It was funny to hear the one guy who was like, I didn't like it. I mean, there aren't many.
Because the wolves were too big.
Yeah, well, the guy with the long curly hair, too. He was just
but
like,
everything else, right on the money.
But do you see how many guys are actually going to see Eclipse? They know the value of it.
They know all the girls.
Yeah, they know the value of it.
Well, now, if that were really true, they would have all gone to see the Sex and the City, too.
Yeah, they don't go that far. They don't cross the line that far.
All right, but Rob Pattinson, he seems like a really nice guy, but he seems a little uncomfortable with all the extra attention, as does Kristen Stewart.
Well, I think it came so fast for them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is unlike any
It's
type
like
of
Bieber
following
fever.
that we've seen. Yeah, it's like Bieber fever. It's like the Beatles. I mean, it's like Michael Jackson. It's one of those just phenomenons that can't be explained, and to get thrust in the spotlight that fast and that young, it's going to be a little bit difficult for anyone to handle. But I think that he's handling it a lot better. I think Kristen's kind of coming into her own.
She does seem to be a little more comfortable now,
Yeah.
and she sounds a little more mature in her interviews, and she's
Nicer.
actually able to string a whole sentence together now without going, and then switching topics.
And then flipping her hair.
Right.
wow.
I know. But I did get the chance to sit down with none other than Edward himself, yes, Rob Pattinson, and he talked about the fight sequences and what his friends and family think about all this craziness.
Someone's orchestrating this.
Victoria? I would have seen her decide.
It has to be the Volturi.
I don't think it's the Volturi either. I've been watching Era's decisions too.
So we keep looking. We'll also take a shift scouting Bella out of the house.
Another protection detail?
Rosalie, I'm not leaving you here defenseless.
Well, I'm not gonna let you starve.
A lot of fans have made going to the Twilight films as they come out and then the midnight showings like a big tradition for them. What about you? Do you have something that you like to do annually with your friends or family? Do you have a certain tradition?
Definitely Panic. I mean, a lot of it seems like my crowd of family and my parents' friends and stuff gets bigger and bigger every year. So I have to kind of do my entire family reunion as well as doing a premiere every single time, which is incredibly stressful.
And it's so refreshing to see that Edward is kind of old-fashioned and has, you know, a different set of value systems where Bella tends to be more of the modern-day girl, if you will, and realizing what real love means and how you navigate through that. What was it like for you exploring that in this film?
I just always felt, you know, he just really likes her, and he doesn't want to make it a kind of juvenile relationship, and wants to make sure that he wants everything to kind of be I guess perfect. I mean, he's just quite sweet. He's not really old-fashioned.
This film's so fun because we get to see, you know, these huge fight sequences, and the Cullens and the werewolves finally team together, and we get to have that all explored.
It's definitely strange because we haven't really done anything like it before. I mean, I remember when we were doing the training for fighting, the scene where we're training to fight werewolves with Jasper teaching us. And, you know, all the Cullens are generally, all our scenes are generally so sort of still all the time. And we're like hitting each other and stuff, like me and Peter Facinelli. We're kind of really, really going at it against each other. It just felt very, very strange, rolling around in the dirt, punching each other.
Well, the fight sequence is definitely going to be one of the highlights in the film, and it did stay pretty true to the book, and a lot of fans, their favorite novel is Eclipse, this third one in the series. It was for me, too. And
did you like this movie the most?
I did. It's the best of the three. You can tell that the budget gets a little bigger and bigger each time. The Cullen family looks a lot better, like the eyes, the overall look of them, and then, of course, the werewolves. Although,
how many more films?
One more book that's being broken into 2 films, Breaking Dawn. So.
You started to say, though, although something?
I was just going to say that although the actual characters that play the werewolves, like Jacob and, you know, his whole clan, they weren't too happy about that fight sequence because they're all CGI. So they're like, we're standing around watching the action.
Oh, it's all computer generated. They're just watching it.
They're like, what? But, yeah.
We can't see it until the end.
You mean they're not really giant werewolves?
They're not.
Oh, that's too bad.
Only in Colorado.
Maybe that guy was right. He said the werewolves were too big. Okay. Thanks,
Kelly.
Wonderful.